When there was a heavy rain and flooding ensued, people decided to take refuge at a fuel filling station. But there was an ignition from a cigarette butt, according to an eyewitness, and that started a fire, leading to an explosion, killing all those present at the fuel filling station. The water, mixed with the flammable liquid, spread the fire to nearby buildings, killing additional people. A total of 152 people lost their lives. Scattered burnt bodies, debris from burnt houses, vehicles and goods were the remains of this gory incident. This was the June 3rd disaster, an incident that occurred in 2015 when fire amidst heavy flooding and explosion gutted the entire fuel filling station at Circle. One would have thought that water from the rains and the flood would have extinguished the fire. However, that was not the case. The water rather worsened it. You see, every fire has a burning behavior based on the fuel, and so you cannot use water to extinguish every fire. Same applies to fire extinguishers. Let's have a look at these examples of fires. This fire involves an ordinary combustible. This fire involves a flammable liquid. This fire involves a flammable gas. This fire involves a combustible metal. This fire involves an electrical equipment, and this fire involves a cooking oil. So there are differences based on the fuel. As a matter of fact, some of these fuels are highly explosive and can cause an outburst of pressure wave every time they ignite, particularly hydrocarbons. So every fire based on the type of fuel has a specific means of extinguishing it. In this video, we are going to look at the various classes of fires and how to extinguish each one of them using the right extinguishing agent. There are 6 classes of fires, and these are Class A fires. Class A fires are fires that involve ordinary combustibles such as wood, papers, clothing, plastics, rubbers, and others. These fires are quite common due to the common nature of these fuels, especially in our homes. Class B fires are fires that involve flammable liquids such as petrol, diesel, paint, and others. These fires are common at fuel filling stations and oil depots, especially during loading and offloading activities and filling of fuel tanks. Class C fires are fires that involve flammable gases. These fires are common in our kitchens, gas filling stations, confined spaces such as storage tanks, industrial warehouses, chemical plants, and even vehicles that use liquefied petroleum gas. Class D fires are fires that involve combustible metals such as lithium, magnesium, and titanium. These metals are highly reactive and can burn when exposed to water. Class E fires are fires that involve electrical appliances. Just like Class A fires, these fires are common household fires as we have a wide range of appliances at our homes that are powered by electricity. The last but not the least are Class F or K fires, also known as cooking fires. These fires involve oils and fats such as vegetable oils, butter, animal fat, and greases. Although these fires are unique and can burn independently, the reality is that in our homes and workplaces, we can have various proportions of these fuels, and so all of these fuels can burn at the same time, making a fire situation even more complex. So it is important that we identify the types of fuels present at our homes and workplaces and put the right fire extinguisher on standby to deal with any potential fires. This is where a fire risk assessment comes in, a process we use to identify fire hazards and evaluate the risk of fires occurring to ensure that the proper safety controls are in place to prevent and deal with any fire emergency. Let's look at how to extinguish fire with the right fire extinguishing agent. Remember, to extinguish fire, all we need to do is to remove a component of the fire triangle or the fire tetrahedron using the right extinguishing agent. The purpose of an extinguishing agent is to stop fire by either cooling, starving, smothering, or stopping the chemical reaction. These are the 4 main methods of extinguishing fire using an extinguishing agent, such as water. Water is suitable for Class A fires only, that is fires involving ordinary combustibles. Water helps to cool the heat to a level that is below the auto-ignition temperature of the fuel. Remember, for any fuel to burn, temperature must increase to the point where the fuel can burn. That is the auto-ignition temperature of the fuel. So water helps reduce the temperature from reaching this point, thereby extinguishing the fire. This method is called cooling. Foam is suitable for Class A and B fires, that is fires involving ordinary combustibles and flammable liquids. The foam creates a barrier between the fuel and the oxygen, thereby suffocating the fire of oxygen while starving the fuel. The process of suffocating or depriving the fire of oxygen is called smothering, and the process of sealing the fuel is called starving. CO2 is used for Class B and C fires. These are fires involving flammable liquids and flammable gases. CO2 reduces the oxygen concentration that is ideal for burning. Remember, fire needs at least 16% of oxygen to burn. Once CO2 is introduced, the amount of flammable gas mixed with air is reduced, and that moves the fire out of its flammable range, precisely a level below the lower explosive limit where the fire can no more be ignited. That is smothering also, as we deprive the fire of oxygen. Interestingly, CO2 is also suitable for Class E fires, that is electrical fires, due to the fact that it does not cause physical damage to electrical appliances. Dry chemical powder is used for Class A, B, and C fires. Dry chemical powder inhibits chemical reaction which sustains the burning process, thereby stopping the growth of the fire to immediately extinguish it. This method of extinguishing is called chemical reaction inhibition. Other extinguishing agents include special metal powder for Class D fires and wet chemical for Class F or K fires, and these equally inhibit chemical reactions. Lastly, we can use air to extinguish fire. That is called flame blowout, a process that rapidly separates flame from fuel by ensuring that the speed of air applied to the flame exceeds the speed of the flame. This is similar to blowing a candle. This, however, applies to small fires at their beginning phase and not really a good practice due to the oxygen content in the air. These extinguishing agents can be stored in bottles to make them portable, such as handheld fire extinguishers and trolley fire extinguishers, or fixed at locations such as a fire hydrant, fire suppression system, sprinkler system, and others to extinguish fire by cooling, starving, smothering, or stopping the chemical reaction. So what classes of fires are some extinguishing agents not suitable for? Let's look at electrical fires. Do you know that it is unsafe to use water or foam for electrical fires? Water and foam are good conductors of electricity, hence can lead to electrocution or death if not careful. Also, even though dry chemical powder can extinguish electrical fires, the powder component can damage electrical appliances, hence only used as last resort when there is no other extinguisher. The best fire extinguisher for electrical fires is CO2 extinguishers. Let's also look at cooking fires. Do you know that using water or foam can lead to an explosion? Water is heavier than oil. Hence, when water is poured over a flaming pan of cooking oil, water sinks to the bottom of the hot pan and vaporizes into steam and explosively expels the flaming oil into a volcanic blow. A fire blanket is ideal to provide an adequate seal and remove the oxygen. Let's also look at hydrocarbon fires, that is Class B and C fires. Do you know that using water can spread the fire? That is basically what happened in the June 3rd disaster. In my next video, we'll look at how fire spreads, which stage do we fight or flee, and how to use a fire extinguisher. This video is sponsored by HS Market Ghana. HS Market Ghana is an online marketplace where you find all ranges of safety equipment to keep your workplaces and homes safe. Visit us on www.hsmarketghana.com and start making safety your #1 priority. Remember that good safety is good business, and good safety saves life. Peace out.